In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on December 9, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Detroit Red Wings versus Buffalo Sabres. The Detroit Red Wings are set to face the Buffalo Sabres, with both teams aiming to bounce back from disappointing seasons. The Red Wings currently hold a 10-13-4 record, and after suffering 5 consecutive losses, they find themselves with the second worst record in the Atlantic Division. Meanwhile, the Sabres have an 11-13-3 record and are on an even worse streak, having lost 6 straight games. This unfortunate run has placed them with the 3rd worst record in the division. With both teams struggling to find consistency, the question arises, who will come out on top in this matchup? Both teams have now played 27 games, positioning themselves near the bottom of their division standings. For either team, securing points in this game is essential for any hope of turning their season around. With both sides desperate for a win, it's anyone's guess who will come out victorious. The Red Wings are currently 0-3-2 in their last 5 games, and rumors are swirling that their captain and star player, Dylan Larkin, is seeking a trade. Despite their recent struggles, each of the Red Wings' last 5 games has been decided by a margin of just 1 goal. Meanwhile, Buffalo's situation is even bleaker. The Sabres have lost their last 6 games, going 0-4-2 during that stretch. This includes a disappointing 5-game homestand and several multi-goal defeats. When comparing the two teams, I believe Detroit has the stronger overall roster. Their lineup blends youthful talent with seasoned veterans, whereas Buffalo is severely lacking in experience. Detroit also has the upper hand in terms of goaltending and overall depth. The Red Wings boast a significantly better goals against average and have proven they can rely on a number of key players to step up when needed. Buffalo's struggles have been particularly evident lately, as they are currently riding a 6-game losing streak. Their defense and goaltending have not been up to par this season, with the team ranking 24th in goals allowed per game and 20th in shots against per game. Detroit, on the other hand, has an offensive unit that has the potential to heat up, and this game presents an ideal opportunity for them to capitalize on a favorable matchup against Buffalo. The Red Wings offense should be able to exploit the Sabres' defensive shortcomings, so the Detroit Red Wings money line are full game side pick. With the Red Wings likely to limit Buffalo's offensive production, Detroit's defensive core, led by players like Moritz Seider and Simon Edvinsson, should be able to create turnovers in the defensive zone and limit the number of shots on goal. This will allow goaltender Ville Husso to make crucial saves when needed. On the flip side, Buffalo will need to tighten up its defense if they hope to contain the Red Wings' offense, which has struggled recently, scoring only 4 goals in their last 3 games. Rasmus Dahlin, Bowen Byram, and the Sabres' defensive unit will need to disrupt Detroit's plays in the neutral and defensive zones while relying on goaltender Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to shut down the shots on goal. Both teams have shown offensive inconsistency, meaning this game is likely to be a low-scoring affair. In conclusion, while both teams have struggled this season, the Detroit Red Wings appear to have the edge in this matchup. Their stronger roster, better goaltending, and improved defensive unit should allow them to outlast the Sabres. With both offenses struggling, expect a tight, low-scoring contest. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Blackhawks versus New York Rangers. The Chicago Blackhawks have faced significant challenges recently, and with very few standout players emerging beyond their young center, Connor Bedard, this season is shaping up to be a long and frustrating one for their fan base. Bedard's impressive talent has been a bright spot, but without more consistent contributions from other key players, it's difficult to see how they can turn things around in the near future. As they head into Monday's matchup, the Blackhawks will be up against a tough opponent in the New York Rangers, who are currently in the midst of a competitive season as they aim for a deep playoff run. The Rangers, after trading away their captain Jacob Trouba, are continuing to adjust, and with more changes expected, every game is crucial for their playoff aspirations. Entering this game, the Blackhawks are on a rough 5-game losing streak, and during that stretch, they have struggled to generate offense, scoring 2 goals or fewer in 3 consecutive contests. Chicago has posted a dismal 4-9 9-2 record on the road this season, which does not bode well for their chances against the Rangers, who are 7-6-1 at home. The Rangers themselves are not exactly in top form either, as they have dropped 7 of their last 9 games, including a tough loss to Seattle in which they gave up 7 goals just the day before. Despite these struggles, the Rangers are still in a much stronger position overall, with a significant advantage in nearly every aspect of the game, which is reflected in their 7-3 head-to-head record over the Blackhawks in recent years. They have also won 3 straight matchups dating back to the 2022 season. At home in Madison Square Garden, the Rangers have been particularly dominant, holding a 3-1 record against Chicago, and with the Blackhawks continuing difficulties this season, New York will be looking to capitalize on this opportunity to gain a much-needed win and turn their momentum around. Therefore, it is reasonable to expect the Rangers to come out on top and cover the spread as favorites in this contest. In goal, fans are set to witness an exciting battle between 2 skilled netminders, Petr Mrazek for the Blackhawks and Igor Shesterkin for the Rangers. Despite this strong matchup in net, games between these 2 teams tend to be high-scoring affairs. The over has hit in 7 of the last 10 encounters between Chicago and New York, with the average total number of goals scored in those games standing at 6.8. For the Blackhawks, the over has been more of a mixed bag, hitting 4 times and falling short 6 times in their last 10 games, as they've struggled defensively, allowing 21 goals during their current 5-game losing streak. On the other hand, the Rangers have been more consistent in hitting the over, with a 6-4 record in their past 10 games, averaging a total of 7 goals per game during that stretch. The Blackhawks, led by the playmaking ability of Connor Bedard, Ryan Donato, and the rest of their forward group, should be able to create plenty of offensive opportunities. They are skilled at controlling the puck in the offensive zone and generating scoring chances with quick, precise passing. However, the Rangers, who have recently exploded for 9 goals in their last 2 games, are well equipped to take advantage of Chicago's defensive struggles, with players like Artemi Panarin, Mika Zibanejad, and Vincent Trocheck driving the offense, and defenseman Adam Fox contributing from the blue line. The Rangers should be able to dominate the Blackhawks' defense and create plenty of high-quality scoring chances. Given the weaknesses of the Blackhawks' defense, which allows an average of 3.19 goals per game, this game is likely to see plenty of goals. Therefore, we predict a high-scoring affair, with both offenses stepping up, and we expect the total to exceed the projected number. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Anaheim Ducks versus Montreal Canadiens. The Anaheim Ducks will be heading to Centre Bell in Montreal, Quebec, to face off against the Montreal Canadiens. Anaheim currently finds themselves at the bottom of the Pacific Division standings with a record of 10-12-3. Meanwhile, Montreal is also struggling, sitting in last place in the Atlantic Division with a record of 10-14-3. During the 2023-2024 season, the Montreal Canadiens had a strong record against the Ducks, winning both of their matchups 2-0-0. In their last 10 home games against the Ducks, the Canadiens have been successful, boasting a 7-3-0 record. Montreal has also been perfect as favorites on home ice this season, with a 1-0-0 record. Both of these teams are currently experiencing difficulties in different areas of their play. The Anaheim Ducks have struggled with offensive production, while the Montreal Canadiens have faced major challenges with their defensive game. Despite their defensive woes, Montreal has been solid in one crucial aspect of the game: special teams. The Canadiens rank 14th in the league for power play percentage and an impressive 5th in penalty kill percentage. In contrast, the Ducks have had a much tougher time in these areas, ranking 29th in power play percentage and 24th in penalty kill percentage. As the teams head into this matchup, Montreal comes off a slight upswing, having won 2 of their last 3 games, with their defense improving marginally in those victories. The Canadiens have a 7-6-2 record at home this season, while the Ducks are slightly better on the road, with a 5-3-2 record. However, Anaheim has been struggling as of late, having lost 3 of their last 4 games, including being outscored 9-2 in their last 2 contests. Both teams have been underperforming throughout the season, but while Montreal's defense has been poor overall, Anaheim's lack of offensive firepower makes them a team that's hard to score against. Given the mismatch in special teams and Montreal's superior history at home against Anaheim, the Montreal Canadiens money line is our full game side pick. In terms of over-under performance, the Montreal Canadiens have a 5-9-1 record at home this season, while the Anaheim Ducks have struggled even even more with a 3-7 record on the road in terms of the over/under. Both teams have had significant difficulties in finding the back of the net this season. Anaheim's offense has been particularly ineffective, with an average of just 2.4 goals per game, while Montreal is only slightly better, averaging 2.8 goals per game. Additionally, the total has gone under in 8 of Anaheim's last 12 games and in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. For Montreal, the total has also finished under in 6 of their last 8 home games. Anaheim's goalie, Lucas Dostal, has a 2.73 goals against average, while Montreal's Samuel Montembeault has a solid 2.89 goals against average, making both goaltenders reliable options in a low-scoring affair. On the season, the Ducks have an average of just 2.44 goals per game while allowing 2.78 goals per game, placing their offense at 30th in the league and their defense at 23rd. Given both teams' scoring struggles, I expect the final score to be something like 3-2 in favor of Montreal, and with that in mind, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.